Welcome everybody to a look at a new 4K Eureka release, and it is the double bill of China O'Brien and China O'Brien 2 from 1990 each, and yeah, both of which were also directed by Robert Close, who also did the really rather good Enter the Dragon, starring Bruce Lee. So both of these are martial arts films. The first one clocks in at 86 minutes long, and the second one clocks in at 90 minutes long, and both of which also star Cynthia Rothrock, who we've talked about in the past in the likes of Yes Madam, and she was also in the likes of Righting Wrongs, Magic Crystal, The Inspector Wears Skirts, and The Blonde Fury, also known as Lady Reporter. Also stars Richard Norton, who was in Mad Max Fury Road, Mr. Nice Guy, and Magic Crystal as well. So, China O'Brien is a big city policewoman, martial arts trainer, who is forced to hand in her badge and head home to her father after she accidentally shoots someone. And the small town where she grew up in. So the peaceful town, though, is she knew is now struggling against the clutches of organised crime. When her father, the town sheriff, is killed, China decides to run for his position and clean up the town. The poll results spark a series of confrontations that finally decide who runs the town, whether it's going to be her or the criminals that are all powerful in that town. So even though the low production budget is evident in this and the plot isn't anything particularly original, this is nonetheless an entertaining effort, which is primarily down to the lead cast and the fun fight scenes. It is also well paced, doesn't outstay its welcome, it is generally engrossing, the fight scenes are well shot, the score is decent, and the character interactions are solidly done. It is also surprisingly blood free in terms of its action scenes, so there's no squibs, there's no cuts, there's no bleeding mouths, bleeding noses, or anything like that. So, which does somewhat undermine the stakes on offer, but it would be perfect for someone who is too young or to get into these kind of films, or for those who aren't particularly into overly violent films. If you so yeah, because obviously typically martial arts films do have a lot of violence in them, and yeah, the first one of these would be perfect for those who are looking to get into that kind of genre of film without any of the the nudity or the violence or anything like that. So yeah, yeah, but then secondly, we have China O'Brien once again, who must protect her hometown when it becomes a hideout for a dangerous fugitive, the escaped drug lord Charlie Baskin. This is this is a second film is just as good as its predecessor, while actually representing an improvement in a couple of areas, particularly the far better score, which really does liven up the action scenes, and the increase in effective violence. As in this one, we do have a lot of blood squibs. They are mainly confined to the final act, especially with the final action scene, but they are there, and I'm not quite sure why they're there in this film and not in the first film. Maybe the production budget was split across both films and they didn't have an individual budget for each. And therefore, when it comes to the final film, you can go all out because, it's the final film. You can use whatever money you have left to, go all out with the production. So that's my theory, especially considering, both, were released in the same year, both have the same cast who look virtually the same as they did in the first film. So there doesn't look like there's been any significant time period in between shooting both films, although there is a 2 year gap in between the actual films in terms of the characters. And yeah, the action scenes also feel more exciting, again, due to the fact that the score is better. And even though the plot is perhaps even more basic than its predecessor, it is still an engrossing effort. The lead cast is also once again good, it is generally entertaining, the pacing is on point, and the fight scenes are well shot. So, yeah, overall, a pair of really rather entertaining films. To be honest, they're not anywhere near as great as some other Cynthia Rothrock films. I'd say Righting Wrongs and Magic Crystal are perhaps better than this, but both of these, in fact. But still, I really, really did enjoy them. So they both get 3.5 stars out of 5 from me. No real drop in quality between either of them. Some of them have, one of them, I'd say the first one has its own positives and negatives, and just the same with the second one, to be honest. So yeah, we get this new artwork for this release, and as you can see, it says 1 and 2 in the O of O'Brien there, and then you've got Symphony Rock in the middle, um, Richard Norton on the left there, and a actor who I don't think I've seen anything in before. He did actually say in the credits of the first film, introducing such and such, but he's a character called Dakota, and yeah, he's actually a pretty good fighter on screen as well. And yeah, both films are on 4K, like I said, and they're both on the same disc alongside all of the extras. Now, the 4K itself looks pretty decent, I'd say, but I wouldn't say this is a film that is essential for getting on 4K. And I also obviously don't have anything reference-wise to compare it against because I've never seen these on Blu-ray or DVD or any other kind of format. So I can't really say whether or not these, yeah, look excellent on 4K, but they do look pretty good. And yeah, we also get a couple of physical extras with this release as well. We get a booklet with a couple of what look like promo shots on either side. And then inside we get your film credits, and then we also get Bringing It All Home, Bringing It All Back Home by Eddie Falvey. Then we get How the West Was Won by James Oliver, viewing notes, and release credits. So, yeah, looks like a fairly in-depth booklet, to be honest. And yeah, that's the first write-up. And the second one, find it eventually. Yeah, there we go. And surprisingly, for a Eureka release, we don't often get one. We get a double-sided poster. It's not that common that we get one, and it's not the on the best kind of paper in the world. It is a little bit on the thin side, but we get the new artwork on one side, which is decent. It's not my favorite original artwork that Eureka have ever done, but then we get the really really cool reverse original artwork by the looks of things on the other side, which I really rather like. I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. So yeah, I'll definitely be putting that up at some point. You'll most likely see it in this part where the Mystery of Chess Boxing is currently situated. And yeah, we also get extras on the disc. So yeah, 4K presentations of both films in Dolby Vision HDR10 compatible uncompressed original mono audio on China O'Brien and uncompressed original stereo audio on China O'Brien 2. We get brand new audio commentary on both films by action cinema experts Mike Leader and Arne Vernemer. We also get brand new audio commentary on China O'Brien 2 by Asian film expert Frank Yang. We get brand new select scene commentary on both films by Cynthia Rothrock. We get brand new interview with Cynthia Rothrock. We get brand new interview with Keith Cook. We get brand new interview with Leon Hunt, author of Kung Fu Cult Masters from Bruce Lee to Crouching Tiger. We also get a brand new interview with critic and filmmaker James Mudge, as well as trailers, and we also get reversible artwork. So that's the artwork that we have on the poster. And then, yeah, we get the second poster on the other side for the second film. As you can see, the first one's definitely better. A lot more effort seems to have put in that one, which, yeah, looks like it's kind of maybe hand drawn. Not sure, but yeah, a bit lazy on the second one there. So I'm glad that's not been put on the poster, because even though the original artwork isn't my favorite by any means, not sure if, yeah, new artwork by Gregory Sakurai. Yeah, it's not my favorite new artwork that China Eureka have ever done, but it's a damn sight better than the China O'Brien 2 poster artwork. So yeah, at least we've got that on a poster and on the slipcover. So yeah, overall, a pair of really rather good films. They're not perfect by any means. Like I said, the production budget definitely is noticeable, especially in the first film without any blood swibs and such. But it does have a couple of decent explosions in that film, and yeah, overall the action scenes are better than the production budget would have you believe. Especially when it comes to the general fight scenes, and yeah, Rothrock and Norton are really, really, really good in terms of their being action performers. They're really convincing, and yeah, they really are quite effective in their roles in that regard. So yeah, but nonetheless, if you have seen these films before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on them. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.